Namaste, namaste, and welcome to Monday Midday Chair Yoga. And this week is the first week of our exploring the throat chakra. So a little bit about the throat chakra before we begin. As you might expect, you would find the throat chakra, Vishudda chakra, somewhere in the region of the throat at the front of the body, but it goes through the body back to front. And in some people, it can be anywhere from the chin to the collarbones. So in this general area is a good place to think of it. The throat chakra governs our communications, so our speaking and listening as well. And the physical structures are not just the neck and the throat, but also the jaw, the tongue, the cheeks, the ears, and basically the mouth, obviously. And the very, very tops of the shoulders as well. So as we go through our practice today, you can expect lots of movements with this part of the body. And the color is blue, and the element is ether, or the space between things. And the mantra is hum, H-A-M, but it's pronounced hum. And we will use that in our practice today as well. Now, you can see that I am all cozied up. Part of that is because it's cold here at this time of year, but also because when we're working with the throat chakra, sometimes it's nice I've got a blue scarf on to support this structure of the body by keeping it warm, particularly at this time of the year. So excuse my very baggy jumper, but it is what I really feel comfortable in. So we are going to begin our practice with just a little seated practice. So sitting towards the front of your seat, but sitting nice and tall, we're actually going to use a mudra called Vishudda mudra, or the throat chakra mudra by interlacing the fingers and then placing the tips of the thumbs towards each other to create a kind of cradle or a cup with the hands. And we can rest the hands wherever they're comfortable. And as we lengthen up, you might like to close the eyes or gaze gently downward. Take a moment to check in with your body. Feel how your body feels. Notice any areas of aches or pains, stiffness or discomfort. Remembering to work compassionately with those places throughout our practice. Noticing at least one part of the body that feels peaceful and spacious and at ease. Allowing that sense of ease to ripple out from anywhere it's centered in the body, and as it goes, softening, releasing, creating an opportunity to let go of tension. Notice your breath in this moment, your natural, spontaneous breath. Notice the coolness of air coming in through the nose and the warmth of the breath as it leaves the body. Notice the gentle rise and fall of the body as you breathe. And when you're ready, you can gently deepen your breath if that feels comfortable in this moment. Slightly longer and slower breath in. Slightly longer and slower breath out. Find a pattern or a rhythm of breath that feels completely at ease. There's no strain, there's no forcing. It's just by noticing our breath that we're able to lengthen it. And as you breathe in this way, You might like to also think of a blue light emanating from the space of your throat chakra. This blue light allows us to tap into those throat chakra practices of listening and speaking truth. And in yoga, we always speak our truth, bearing in mind the fundamental guidance of yoga, ahimsa, which is kindness and compassion. Whenever you're ready, you can allow your breath to settle back into a natural rhythm. Draw your chin towards your chest. We'll allow our hands to relax back to being separated and just wiggle the fingers if needed, giving yourself a soft smile and then raising the head upright again. So welcome again, welcome. But we are going to move slightly differently through our practice today. So we are going to come to sit down to do some movements of the neck and shoulders. But we are going to start by standing up to move the body a little bit more vigorously so that we can come to that practice with more focused awareness and with a little bit more ease through the body, hopefully. So coming to standing upright, we're going to take the feet nice and wide apart, a little soft in the knees, a little firm across the belly, and gently twisting from side to side. Here we let our arms be nice and relaxed, the shoulders too, so that the arms can wrap around the body and tap wherever they fall. And if you're able to, you can let your head follow this movement. And we're going to practice also a few of these with the head centered and still. So when you're ready, you can center your head and just move the rest of the body and just feel what that does in the neck. If it doesn't feel comfortable, allow your head to move with your body again. And then we're all going to let the head move with the body again and also free the feet so we can pivot on the toes as we twist from one side to the other, perhaps now taking the hands a little bit higher up the body. And then we can add a little bend in the knees if we like, a bend and twist, touching the opposite shoulder in front of you or the opposite side of the chest in front of you and the opposite side of the body behind you. Just gently from side to side. And then we're going to work our way back towards center. We're going to lose the bounce, simply pivot, and then bring the feet to steadiness. And again, come back to that centered position of the head and just let the arms wrap the body, but not super vigorous. Here, we're just trying to focus on the position of the neck, nice length in the back of the neck, and then allowing your body to come back towards stillness, releasing that movement a little at a time and rolling your shoulders a few times. I have to say, the reason why I've chosen this jumper is because it has a cowl neck, a roll neck, which further enhances this lovely feeling of warmth at the back of the neck. Let's roll the shoulders the opposite way as well. Less aesthetic and more practicality. Okie dokie. So we are going to now take ourselves I'm turning slightly so you can see. I'm going to turn the backs of the hands turn the backs of the hands forward so the palms face backwards and just swing the arms backwards and forwards. So here we're pressing the arms back and then allowing the arms to release forwards without any real effort to bring them forwards. So we're not swinging the arms all the way up and all the way back. It's more the back press. And as we do that, we get this lovely little lift and release of the upper shoulders, upper back, the shoulders as they move up and down. And we're going to think about a little bit of lift in the belly muscles, and perhaps just tune into how that feels in the upper back, the very top of the back where it joins the neck. And this movement, of course, is really nice for helping our lymphatic fluid to move around our bodies. It doesn't have a pump of its own like the heart and the blood do work together. So the lymphatic system relies on muscular movement, body movement to move it around, but it is an integral part of our immune system. So by helping our lymph to move, we get this enhanced connection to our immune system. We get to support it in its function. So we're just going to let the arms come back to steadiness, resting by the sides, and then give the shoulders a little wriggle from side to side. And then we're going to use our chairs. So I've got a little belt here on my chair as well. I perhaps forgot to mention that earlier. We talked about it before class. I'm moving my chair to here so that I can hold onto it for this next practice. So I'm going to stand slightly sideways onto my chair. As I breathe in, I'm going to come up onto my tiptoes and reach one arm up. And as I breathe out, I'm going to bring the heels down and reach the arms slightly back as I lean slightly forwards. So breathing in and up, breathing out, just a little sticking of the bottom out there at the bottom of the movement. So we can do this a little bit more vigorously if we like, or we can do it more steadily. If it feels too off-balancing to bring the heels up off the floor, you can do this simply lengthening the front of the body and bending the knees. We don't want to bend super far forward. It's just like a slightly more expressive version of what we did with both arms, but now more of the body moving. Nice and firm across the belly. We'll do one more on this side. And then we'll come to standing upright, just noticing the difference between the two sides of the body. I'm going to shift my chair to the other side so I can still keep looking at the guys on the screen. And same thing again, reaching the opposite arm up and back. Up onto tiptoes if you can, back, up. We don't need to bend far forwards. We're reaching the arm back behind us at the same time, keeping the belly muscles nice and firm. And just as we've pumped the lymphatic system by moving the arms, we're now moving some of the bigger muscles of the legs, particularly the calves. Although they aren't the biggest muscle, they do have a very good pumping effect on our, not just our lymph, but also our blood, our circulatory system. We are going to do 2 more of these. And then just finish by standing tall. And if you need to, holding onto your chair. And remember, you can go at your own pace. So if you need to go a little bit more steadily, that is okay too. So let us come to our chairs for a little down dog. We're going to stretch the body away from the chair, soften the knees, lengthen the tailbone backwards, and try and find a little bit of space underneath the arms. Maybe a gentle sway of the hips from side to side. Nice and firm in the belly, maybe a gentle turn of the head from side to side, just allowing the shoulders to move as well. When you're ready, you can press into the chair to bring yourself back to an upright position. Walk your feet in, and we will do a little chair-based cat pose now. So I'm just turning my chair. I'm always fiddling with my chair, moving it this way and that way. Of course, you can just move yourself around your chair if you'd like to. Before we do this, we'll interlace our fingers, just give our wrists a little roll. And if you find this is too strong on the wrists, then you can always do it on your forearms. You can prop yourself up on some blankets or some books to give yourself enough lift to feel comfortable doing it on forearms as well. So for this chair-based cat-cow, I am going to take my jumper off now because A, because I'm slightly warmed up, and B, because it's a bit easier to see without all of the fluffy gubbins of a jumper in the way. So we are going to place our hands onto our chairs and walk our feet away so that our feet are underneath our hips there or thereabouts. We might bend the knees a little bit to bring the hips slightly further back, that's okay. Hands about underneath shoulders, maybe slightly in front is fine. What we really want is not so much to focus on the position of the hands and the feet, but to focus on the position of the spine. So we want enough support underneath the spine so we feel that we can lengthen and have it suspended between the hands and the feet, or the hips and the shoulders. And then here, we're going to start with just movements of the head. So nice and firm across the belly, soft in the knees, maybe lengthen the tailbone slightly. And we're just going to lift the chin to look forwards and up, and then round through the back of the neck, chin to chest, but nothing else in the body moves. So inhaling to look forward with the head and the neck. Exhaling to round head and neck back, chin to chest. Lovely, lengthening forward as we inhale and gently curling under as we exhale. And now we're going to allow the rest of the body to join in. So lengthening forward with the head and neck, gliding the shoulder blades down, maybe tipping the tailbone up slightly, lengthening the front of the body, and then rounding the chin to the chest, rounding through the shoulders, the center spine, the low back, scooping the belly in. Looking forward first, head, neck, then shoulders, chest, middle back, low back to open the front of the body. Looking under, head, neck, shoulders, chest, middle back, low back, scooping under. Let's do 2 more of these. Head, neck, shoulders, middle back, lower back. And head, neck, shoulders, middle back, lower back. 1 more in each direction, just allowing that movement to initiate from the crown of the head and the neck to move like a wave through the body. And then when you're ready, coming back to center, and we're going to just sway a little from side to side. So bring the left hip towards the left shoulder, look to the left, and then bring the right hip towards the right shoulder, look to the right. So same position from a neutral spine, looking in one direction, and then looking in the opposite direction. Just opening the sides of the body to find space. Down the left, down the right, and then down the left. We're going to come back to the center, bend the knees, just to walk the hands back towards us, get a little bit light on the hands, take the weight into the legs, and then pressing into the legs to stand all the way up. If you need to, hold on to your chair. If you feel at all dizzy when coming up from practice, then just taking a moment of support or sitting down is always good. Rolling the shoulders. A couple of times in each direction. And if you'd like to, you can shake out the arms as well. Just shaking out the wrists, giving them a little massage if you need to. That's nice. Very good. So there's a really nice practice that we can do in cat-cow pose where we do something called lion's breath as well. So in lion's breath, we've done this in class before. We start with a deep breath in, and as we breathe out, we lengthen the tongue out of the mouth and then look up or cross the eyes, opening the front of the face. The front of the face, there's only one front of the face, as wide as possible. So if I'm standing tall, just demonstrating, you lengthen the tongue out and then look up, exhaling at the same time. So we're going to try this with our cat-cow pose as well. But you could do this just sitting down if you've had enough of cat-cow. So it's not a problem at all. So if you want to sit down, if you want to join, you can come into this nice supported hands and feet pose. We're going to begin by breathing out to round through the spine. And then we're going to breathe in this position. And as we breathe out, we're going to lengthen the tongue, open the front of the body, roll the eyes up. and exhale. And then round through the spine to come back to our rounded cat position. So we can breathe in and out here a few times, just nice and gentle. Then we take a big deep breath in and we do lion's face. And then one more time, we're rounding through the spine, just taking a few deeper breaths. Remembering we lengthen the tongue out, look up or cross the eyes nice and wide open, and exhale fully at the same time. So big deep breath in. And then relax. Take a moment. When you're ready to stand tall, you can walk your feet in, use the chair for support, take your weight off your hands, and just roll through the wrists as needed. And remember, do exactly the same breath in any position apart from lying on your back. We sometimes do it in relaxation, lying down, but we do it slightly differently, not quite the same. So we are going to come now to sitting down on our chairs again so that we can really access our isolating the neck and shoulders. Super. So to begin with, we're going to take the hands and interlace the fingers and just place the hands underneath the chin. And here we're sitting nice and tall, and we're going to breathe in and take the elbows out to the side and up. You can even open the palms of the hands downwards and breathe out as we draw the elbows back towards each other. And we're just moving with our breath. So breathing in to lift the elbows nice and wide, lifting the sides of the body as well. Breathing out to press gently underneath the chin and bring the elbows back towards each other. Let's do 3 more. Breathing in to open. Breathing out to close the elbows down. Breathing in to open nice and high if you can. Breathing out and down, all of the while supporting the weight of the head by pressing gently upwards. Breathing in. Breathing out. And we'll do 1 more. Breathing in. Breathing out. Relax the arms down. Just take a moment, wriggle through the shoulders, make any small movements that feel good with your head and neck. We can rest the hands onto our thighs. Sit tall by pressing your feet into the floor, lengthening through the crown of the head, just making sure that the head is centered over the body. It's not jutting forward. We don't feel any tension in the back of the neck. And then from here, we're breathing in the center, breathing out to turn to look over one shoulder. I'm going left first. Breathe in to return to the center and breathing out to look over the opposite shoulder. So breathing into center, make sure that you're sitting really tall. Breathing out as you twist. Breathing into the center and breathing out as you twist. 1 more time to each side, breathing in, breathing out as you twist. Breathing into the center and breathing out as you twist. Breathing into center and this time breathing out ear to shoulder. Breathing in back through center, breathing out opposite ear, opposite shoulder. Breathing in as you come up, make sure you're lengthened. Breathing out as you lean over to the side. Breathing in and up, and breathing out and over to the opposite side. Let's do 1 more to each side. Breathing out as you lean. Breathing in as you return to center. Breathing out as you lean. Breathing in back to the center. Breathing out chin to chest. Just allowing this posture, this position to be held for a few moments. A couple of deeper breaths. Next breath in, we're going to roll to an upright position, bottom teeth over top teeth and take the chin up. And then roll down as you exhale, relax the jaw, chin to chest. As you inhale, roll to center, bottom teeth over top teeth, and lift the chin. As you exhale, roll back through center, relax the jaw, chin to chest. One more like this. Breathing in to roll up, bottom teeth over top teeth, lift the chin. Breathing out to roll down, relaxing the jaw, chin to chest. And then taking a moment just to return to center and observe the effect of your practice. So notice if your shoulders are feeling a bit more loose, or if you feel that you've niggled something, that's okay to notice that too. Noticing where you found release and comfort as well. So we're going to take our arms nice and wide. And as you breathe in, we're going to glide the shoulders back to draw the shoulder blades towards each other, maybe the arms behind the body. As you breathe out, rolling through the arms to bring the backs of the hands towards each other and chin to chest. Breathing in to open, palms facing forwards, maybe lifting the chin as well. Breathing out to round forwards, chin to chest and backs of the hands towards each other. Scoop the belly in. Hold the belly in as you breathe in, opening nice and wide. Breathing out, focusing on the movement of the neck and the space from the top of the shoulders upwards. Breathing in, breathing out. And we'll just do one more. Breathing in, breathing out. Finish by simply breathing in to sit tall, taking the arms towards the sides of the body, turning the palms and floating the arms down as we breathe out. Very nice. Just taking a moment to roll the shoulders and notice if you feel any easing. This is great if you do. Don't worry if you don't. It's not a problem. We are going to take our hands behind us, holding onto the chair back behind us. Sorry, I've got a scarf there, just finding my way. And then drawing the elbows to be bent and rolling the elbows towards each other. We are going to lower the arms as much as feels comfortable so that you get a sense of open across the chest. Try to avoid pointing the chin forwards. And then here in this lovely open position, we can gently take the head and turn it in one direction. And gently turn in the opposite direction. Very nice. We'll go one way and then the other. If it doesn't feel so comfortable, you can relax your arms. That's okay. Super stuff. When you come back to the center, relaxing the arms down, just giving the shoulders a little roll, any sort of movements through the body that feel good. So for our next practice, we are going to hold onto the chair with the opposite hand. So the idea is to slide the hand behind your body to hold onto your chair back. So my left hand is holding onto the right side of the chair, and then I'm going to turn myself back towards center so that my arm is anchored back. Now, if that doesn't work as a movement, so for some people, it would just be a little bit too open in the shoulders, then you have a scarf or a belt to hand, and you can hold your hands behind your body on the belt and just draw the left arm towards the right hip behind the body. So same thing, either with the arm on the chair or with the arm on the belt. And the idea is that we have anchored that left shoulder back and the elbow close to the torso, the upper arm close to the torso. So we've got even more sense of length and openness across the front of the body here. Making sure that the rest of the body feels comfortable, you're sitting nice and upright. We can explore our neck movements in this position as well. So we're turning to look over the left shoulder, the back of the neck nice and lengthened, back to center, turning to look over the right shoulder, and back to the center. We can take the left ear to the left shoulder and back to the center, and then the right ear to the right shoulder and back to center. Now for me, turning to look to the right and taking the right ear to the right is the more stretchy of those positions. So I'm going to take each one of those and hold. But if one of the other positions is more stretchy for you, then you can absolutely do that one first. So we're going to take first I'm going to take first the right ear towards the right shoulder. So if you were finding the left ear to the left shoulder more stretchy, you can do that one. Taking a couple of deeper breaths here. Try to enjoy the extra opportunity for space. And then from here, rolling the chin towards the chest. And then from there, coming back to an upright position and relaxing the arm from behind the body. And that will feel like a really nice release on the arm that's relaxing away from behind the body. So letting go of your belt, letting go of the chair, rolling in the shoulders, making any freeing movements with your neck that feel good. And we'll do the same thing to the other side. So you can either use the belt behind you, hands narrow on the belt and draw the right hand to the left hip, or you can sit holding on to the left side of your chair with your right hand behind your body and then turning yourself back towards center. You might not get all the way towards center. And then here we've got the right upper arm really close to the body, maybe even slightly behind the body. That would be fine. You can give yourself as much distance from the chair back to encourage that sense of open. We're sitting really tall, turning to look over the right shoulder first. Returning to center, turning to look over the left shoulder. Noticing which feels more stretchy. Back to center. Right ear to right shoulder. Back to center, and left ear to left shoulder. Back to center. So noticing your most stretchy position. Doesn't matter if it's a turn or a lean, and then coming back into that position. You can even do two of the positions if you like. So I'm doing left ear to left shoulder, which feels really nice and lengthened across this right side of the body, but not as much as the previous side. We're holding as we breathe. And then from here, we're gently going to draw the chin towards the chest. And then from there, come back up to an upright position, relax your hand away from the chair behind you, and just let the arm float round to the front and notice how it feels in the arms. It should hopefully feel quite amazing, quite lovely. So coming back to our seated position, we can do something that helps to move the body in the opposite way. So interlacing the fingers, stretching the backs of the hands away, firming the feet into the floor, scooping the belly in, chin to chest. Feel like the shoulders are lifting and moving up towards the ears and away from the body forwards, getting that lovely length through the back of the neck as well. Taking a couple of deep breaths here. If you would like to, you can sway your arms from side to side. Needs a little firmness across the feet and the belly muscles. And then when you're ready, you can come back to center, sit all the way tall, turn the palms outwards. If that doesn't work, just have one hand in front of the other instead of interlacing. And then we're going to reach the arms up. And again, we're going to lift the shoulders up towards the ears. Feel like the sides of the body are growing up, and then draw the shoulders gently down. Firm the belly, firm the feet into the floor, and do a gentle sway from one side to the other. So it's not very far. We're not aiming for as far as we can go. It's just a sense of lift. And when you're ready, you can come back to the center. Let the fingers separate and just float down through the space around the body. It's lovely to let go in this slow, steady way because it means that our muscles don't ping back to their standard shape. They get a little releasing relax. It's a somatic release, if you like. So gentle, just shrug of the shoulders, wriggle of the shoulders. And we're going to do that one more time with the fingers interlaced the awkward way. So again, if you don't like to interlace your fingers, just one hand in front of the other, just do it the opposite way round. Stretch the backs of the hands away from you, round through the spine, scoop the belly in, chin to chest, maybe a gentle sway from one side to the other. And as you sway, perhaps you feel that sense of increased length across one shoulder and then the other. Very nice. Coming back to the center, turning the palms out as you sit tall. We reach the arms up. Don't worry if the elbows are bent. Just think about lengthening the arms as much as feels comfortable. Shoulders lift towards the ears first, and then gently glide down to create space down the sides of the neck. We do a nice press into the floor, firm of the belly to sway gently from side to side. Very nice. Excellent. I can see the guys on screen doing a great job. We're going to come back to center, separate the hands, and really nice and slowly let the arms float down to the sides. And as your hands come all the way down, making any movements that feel good. It could be with the shoulders, it could be with the neck, it could be with the wrists. Quite nice, isn't it? So I know my mat yogis really love this one as well. So all good. So our final thing that we are going to do as a movement for the neck, just want to be sure that we're moving in a way that feels good to the body. So not straining, not forcing, not pressing. We're going to take our arms nice and wide and do a slightly more significant sway from side to side. So a little lift in the belly muscles, just going to wherever feels good, reaching one arm up and over, the opposite arm up and over. Very nice. And this time, as we go to the right, we're going to stay leaned over to the right. So we're leaning slightly with the upper body, and we're going to take the left arm back to the left. And here we're going to reach the fingertips down towards the floor, maybe increasing that sense of length of the right ear towards the right shoulder, and then rolling that wrist, the left wrist. And then if you wish to press the palm of the hand away from you, make little circles with that arm. So it lengthened arm, just making little circles and going the opposite way as well. It's a really small movement, it's quite subtle. It feels quite strong in the body perhaps. And then when you're ready, drawing your chin towards your chest as your left arm relaxes, rolling back up to center, taking a moment just to wriggle out anything that feels like it needs to wriggle out. And then we'll lean over, firm belly, firm feet, over to the left, leaning over first, and then taking the right arm back towards the right. We're just reaching that arm away from where the neck is leaning, rolling the wrist, right wrist at the, rolling the wrist. I was going to say rolling the wrist at the ankle, but that makes no sense. Rolling the hand at the wrist. Very good. And then lengthening the palm of the right hand away from you. Maybe you feel that you can get the left ear closer to the left shoulder, maybe not. And then making small circles with that right hand. And going in the opposite direction as well. Just beginning to feel that sense of length. We are going to relax the right arm down to the side as the chin rolls towards the chest, and then roll through the front of the body to come up to sitting again. Relax for a moment. We're just going to draw the knee into the chest and hug it towards us. Maybe you can get your chin towards your chest. Maybe your forehead comes to the top of the knee. Maybe it doesn't need to. Just going on the opposite side as well. And we're just sitting tall in between as we breathe in and breathing out to round. Breathing in to sit tall and breathing out to round. Let's do one more to each side. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in to sit tall, relaxing the arms down to the side. Very nice. Shaking out the arms, shaking out the hands, making maybe little gentle figure of eights with the nose, or just rolling in the shoulders, whatever feels good to you. We are ready to wind down towards relaxation now. So let us put on some extra layers if you've got them. And do feel free to take a sip of water. So sometimes when we work with our throat chakra, we do get a little sort of tickle in the throat, just as things release and let go. So feel free to do that and have your blanket close by. And if, like me, you enjoy having your neck wrapped up, I think mostly because my job is communicating all of the time, I really do use my throat chakra quite a lot, sometimes a little bit overworked by the time I get to the end of the day. So keeping the neck nice and warm feels like a really nurturing thing to do for the throat chakra. You can pop your blanket on now if you wish to. We are going to do just a little humming first before we come to doing relaxation proper. So we do want to be still nice and upright towards the front of the seat to begin with. Take a moment here. Excuse me. So as I said at the beginning of class, the mantra for the throat chakra is hum. It's written H-A-M, but it's pronounced hum. And so for this practice, we're going to vocalize this mantra, but you can do it just by humming, literally. So you don't need to feel that you're singing or chanting in any particular way. But if you wish to, you can join in with me doing a humming, starting with ha. So we can place our hands back into our Vishuddha mudra or throat chakra mudra, interlacing the palms of the hands, interlacing the fingers rather, and placing the tips of the thumbs gently towards each other to create this kind of cradle in the lap. And then if you wish to, you can of course close your eyes or gaze gently downward, making sure that you feel like you're sitting tall to begin with. And we're just going to do a few breaths where we breathe in deeply and we say hum with our exhalation. So I will begin and you can join in whenever you're ready. Hum. Doesn't matter what your tune or tone is, breathing in. Hum. Go with your own rhythm of breath. So starting whenever you're ready and focusing on that resonant vibration around the throat chakra. Hum. 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 Doing 3 more. Hum. 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 Allow your breath to fall into quietness and allow your awareness to sit in that deeper stillness and quiet for a few moments. When you're ready, if you can, keeping your eyes gently closed, just sliding back into your seat to allow your body to relax into the back of the chair. Or if you prefer to recline on a sofa or a bed, doing so now. Relaxing the hands or keeping them in the mudra if you prefer. Taking one slow, gentle breath in and have a soft sigh out. Allow all the effort of your practice to go. Allow the body to begin to relax, gently releasing back and down. Let your breath find its natural rhythm. Take your awareness into your forehead. Feel it soften. Feel that space between the eyebrows expanding. Feel the area around the eyes releasing. Your mouth, tongue, and jaw relaxing. Allow the whole of the body to feel heavy, warm, supported, softening back and down. With the body relaxing, move your awareness to your breath and just notice the rhythm of your breath. Notice the smoothness and the depth of your breath. Notice the sensation of the breath moving in and out through the nose. Notice your body moving as you breathe, the gentle rise and fall. The body expanding into the space around you as you breathe in and softening back to center as you breathe out. Check your face once more for tension, softening any effort in the body where you find it, across the forehead or the tongue or the shoulders. And then continue to breathe in a deep, easy rhythm. The body relaxing a little deeper with every exhalation. Gently begin to deepen your breath, bringing your awareness to your hands and your feet by gently moving your fingers and toes, and maybe rolling the wrists and the ankles. When you feel ready, you can take a deep breath in and stretch the body in any way that feels good. Maybe stretching out from center into the limbs. Maybe stretching one side of the body and then the other. Or maybe stretching the face and the yawn. If you'd like to, you can gather one knee into your chest at a time. Just give yourself a little round and release, and on the other side as well. Only if you like to. And then join me sitting slightly further forward in your seat. We're going to rest the hands anywhere that feels comfortable, but if you're happy with them at the top of the chest, you can rest them here. Maybe taking the chin gently towards the chest a little. Bringing a gentle smile to your face. As we have opened and balanced our throat chakras throughout this week, you may feel encouraged to express yourself or to express your creativity through your voice, through your words, through listening to music. And that is great. Just remember, as you express the truth of yourself, to do it with kindness towards yourself and towards others as well. When you're ready, raising your head and opening your eyes. I hope you've enjoyed this practice today. I hope that you've enjoyed all of those lovely movements to release the tension that we often hold around the neck and shoulders. If you feel like you might have overdone it in a few different positions, just keep things moving and remember to work a little bit more compassionately next time you practice. I hope that you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you again soon. Namaste.